Yo, welcome to another episode of The Larry O Show. As always, got my co-host to my left.
What's going on, y'all? It's John Phelps.
And I'm Larry O. This is a podcast all about FL Studio and music production related stuff. We talk about everything.
Beats.
From A to Z, beats, mixing, mastering, vocal production, everything. You name it. Mainly around FL Studio if you're new to the podcast. Welcome.
That's right. Tap in.
If you're not new, thank you again for joining us. Every single week, we have a giveaway where I give away every single one of my FL Studio courses from YaHelpMe.com. All you have to do to enter is comment the keyword or the key phrase that you hear in this episode in the comment section on YouTube, and we pick 5 winners every single week to win all of my FL Studio courses from YaHelpMe.com.
Pull up on the YouTube, drop a comment.
Yeah. In last week's episode, if you didn't see it or catch it, towards the end of it, we were like, yo, I don't know what sparked the idea, but like, yo, it would be crazy if we opened up an old version of FL Studio. I want to use an old ass version of FL Studio.
The oldest version.
Yeah, so find out what we can download, what we can install, how we go about it, because I've never even attempted it or even really thought about it, going back and downloading and installing older versions.
Right.
Come to find out, well, I mean, let's just get right into it. Come to find out, I did a quick Google search because I'm not even thinking ImageLine's website will have this, but come to find out, they literally think of everything, bro. Everything.
Knowledge base, brother.
So on ImageLine.com, yeah, we got the knowledge base. Where can I find older versions of FL Studio and their installer? We strongly recommend you use the latest FL Studio versions, blah, 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 blah. You get lifetime free updates. But if you are old school, that's okay with us too. You can download older versions of FL Studio's installers from the customer archive and tech support. Here's a note. If you buy the latest version of FL Studio, you can also unlock and use FL Studio 9, 10, 11, 12, and 20 at no extra charge. But that's the thing. It's because I was reading this earlier. Here's where you would download it. I have that open, but let's just go to here real quick. Legacy sample data, log into your account on imageline.com here. All right, so versions 8 and lower can't be unlocked. What that means is because this licensing system is no longer available online, your original license key will still work, however. If you have an older version, update with your lifetime free updates. If you have a backup FL reg key.reg, remember those? I haven't seen those in a while.
What the fuck is a reg key?
It's just a reg key. It's like a file that would be in your system. Like, so if you had downloaded legit FL Studio back then, it would just be like in the installer. It would be in there.
Encoded thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it would know how it was licensed and how it was legit. That's how a lot of them were so easy to crack. You get something like that.
Reg key.
You get the reg key, but now they made it a lot harder. They don't use this system anymore.
Right.
As far as I know, my knowledge goes, which doesn't go too far, but so if you have your reg key from back then, you can use a full version. I mean, I'm not trying to use a full version. I'm just trying to like peek in, see, just get some nostalgia, some memories of like what these older versions look like and how I remember. Because I started out on FL Studio 3. So I was like, yo, my first instinct was, let me go grab number 3 and just see and like open it and feel how I felt like back then in the early 2000s. This was probably like 02, 03-ish. So we're talking 22 years ago now. Damn, I thought it was only been 20. So maybe it's a little bit longer than 20 years I've been using FL. So 20-ish, 22 years, bro. I'm about to get AARP. FLAARP. Oh, man. But yeah, so I got to this website. I was honestly shocked. It took me 2 seconds. Found the website, found this, clicked here. Then you go to the archive. Again, in the forums, if you heard earlier episodes, I talked about how crazy these forums are. How much information is there? Again, early on when I started using FL, this is all I had for information. This is all I had for tutorials. This is all we had. You're talking 02, 03. When did YouTube even start? Like
I just watched a video on this too, and I didn't retain the information.
So, bro, like
when they started, that's crazy.
I didn't really have YouTube, and if it was around, there weren't people doing FL Studio videos
What did anybody do prior to YouTube?
Bro, encyclopedias.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. They read books.
10-year-old information in books.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, you go here, you can download literally any version you want, mess around with it. They got obviously 24. You go down here, you got 20. That came out in 2022, by the way. So that was only 2 years ago that came out. Feels like a lifetime ago, though.
For real.
But then you got 13 through 19. If you're a real FL Studio user, you know this. FL Studio 13 through 19 do not exist. They jumped from 12 to 20 to celebrate the 20th year anniversary of FL Studio, just like the iPhone did. We were talking about that a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
they went from iPhone 8
They glowed up.
to the X or the
They
10.
glowed up.
Right? They kind of just like bit that.
They said, "How about now?"
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't
And
mess with me way back then, girl. How about now? That's funny.
which made me think like, yo, how are they gonna go about newer versions? So then they went. So now it's getting even a little bit more confusing as far as the numbers go.
FL100.
So now it went from 20 to 24. They did the 20 for the 20th year anniversary. Then they went to 24 because obviously we're in 2024. So they named their newest version FL Studio 24 or 2024. I'm curious to see what they're gonna go and do in the future. Maybe just come up with different names.
Updating it like that takes a lot of like it puts pressure on them, but it takes a lot of the expectation for them to come out with one every year. Like they're just like, yeah, we'll do a major update in 2024. 2020, 2024, 4 years go by, boom, bop, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Give them all the updates.
So my thing is like, at
Test
what
a lot of
number
the
are they
data
going
in
to
the
stop doing
meantime.
numbers? So it's like, especially, and like with the iPhones too. At a certain point, we're going to have iPhone 39. You know what I'm saying?
It'll probably just be a whole sexy ass name for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
FL
thinking.
Studio, probably just like satellite studio type shit. Like,
Yep.
don't even think about what number this might be. It's so far advanced with these samples right now.
Yep. So I went ahead and I asked Instagram today. Today's Monday. This is dropping on Thursday. You guys are seeing this Thursday. But I asked Instagram today what version they want to see us do. A lot of people said 11 and 12. I was kind of disappointed with that answer, to be honest. And I know why, though. I was telling you guys before we started filming, I know why people want 11. Especially 11.
We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the version that stopped looking between 11 and 12. When it went from 11 to 12, 12 looks like 24 looks now. It has that same look, like you almost can't tell the difference unless you go into the back end of things.
Right.
11, that's when things still look like old school FL Studio, Fruity Loops
I
era.
can see it now.
And the reason why people wanted us to use FL11 is because they say it hits harder. It doesn't. Decap squashed that myth. He legit went in and explained why, showed why it does not hit harder. It does not hit harder. All it is a limiter that's on by default, and the limiter is boosted 3 dB, so everything appears that it hits harder. It doesn't. It does hit harder. That's why though, because of the limiter. But I wanted to get FL11 in here, and we run into some issues with this laptop in the studio, and I couldn't download it for admin purposes. There was some problems with the admin stuff, but I did happen to get FL Studio 3, Fruity Loops 3. So let's open it up.
Run that shit up. Look at that logo.
It's the demo because we don't have that reg key or whatever. But here it is. Ready? Yee.
Oh my lord. 140 BPM.
It's at 140 BPM by
Look at
stock.
the pattern select. Is that what that is?
Pattern select. Yep.
Oh my god.
You click the little numbers here.
Is that all you got? Or you can scroll
No,
up?
you can go up. You can go up.
You go up.
Yeah, but it just it gives you
first 9.
it gives you your first 9, and I think nope, the numbers don't work. I had a feeling maybe the numbers would go through, but
What
yo,
are these buttons over there?
look at this. So
The swing is not a circle.
no, and it's not called swing. It wasn't called swing
What's
back
it
then.
called? Swing, dude.
Shuffle.
Oh,
Hey.
not the shuffle. That ain't no shuffle.
It was called shuffle then, bro. You don't
Where's
have
that
a
little
menu.
red dot to the right?
This
What
is
does it say up top?
oh, it takes away these meters.
Oh,
this is one cool thing that I liked back then. I liked the fact that you could
Oh my god! Look at
see.
the graphic.
Yeah, bro, look at this.
The waveform.
It's changed a lot.
awesome.
It's changed a ton, but at the same time, it hasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get through this. You know what you're doing. There's just going to be a ton of features
Look
that
at
are just
Look
not
at
there.
that stroke on the step sequencer. Pause. What
Where?
is that? See how it does that stroke, that glow
Yeah.
around the edge?
Yep.
Oh my god, that's so funny, man.
Right?
This shit is
It tells
smooth.
you. It kind of just. It's kind of cool in a way. It tells you what you have highlighted.
Yeah.
In the versions now, it doesn't do that. So you kind of if you hit a button. So a lot of FL Studio users know, if you click inside whatever window you're in, it kind of engages hotkeys and shortcuts inside the window that you have engaged.
Damn.
And you have no way of knowing what window you have engaged, but in this version, it's telling you which window is engaged. So if you have any shortcuts or anything like
so
that,
that one's selected right now on the right? Or is it the other one that gets the border around it? Oh my god.
it's whatever's darker is selected.
See, they kind of fumbled with that one, in my opinion. One, they could have made the stroke a different color.
Yeah.
And two, when you're on the selected one, it should be bold.
You know what I like about the step sequencer though over here is you get, and this is such
great.
a minor thing, but you get the sound, the meter here on the actual thing in the channel rack. That's something that,
Wow.
and then you can turn, that's what this is. You could turn this on or off. You get a little bit of extra room in a way. Same stuff over here. You got this little piano roll looking thing. Remember that?
Yep.
And then
See,
you got
now that's just
velocity.
there's the velocity right there.
got your velocity meter, but you still got panning. You can switch. You can change that.
Oh, that's how you would toggle between it like that.
Yep.
You would scroll it to the left and the right.
Yep. So you can change the panning of these notes,
That's cool.
and then you would toggle this, and it's velocity. Toggle it again, and it's filter cut. Toggle it again, filter res. Toggle it again, pitch,
Resonance,
and then shift.
the pitch, and the shift. What is shift gonna do?
I think shift shifts it over.
Oh, it comes
So
out
if
of
I
pocket.
turn the metronome on, same spot. See how you hear how it's off grid?
Yeah. Oh, cool, man.
Let me do a hi-hat just so I can. Oh, this was another thing that I noticed, bro. Look at this. It's upside down. The fill in each steps is upside down.
Oh, it's 842.
And it would be 248.
What the hell?
And they like flip-flopped it. So you have way less options. You have this is flip-flopped. Oh, that's a clap. This is the hi-hat. I'm just doing default stuff here. Yeah. So then if you were to go into here and then you would put that on shift, which we have all this now, it just goes to show you 22 years ago how much of the stuff they still had 22 years ago, bro. The reason why I chose FL3, two reasons. First version I ever used on FL Studio. Number two, I think it's the first version where they started adding a lot more advanced features. FL Studio 1 and 2 were very, very, very basic.
So if you want to extend the step sequencer, how do you do that in this version?
Bro, you got me. You got me right now because you
know what
can't
I'm saying?
extend
You
it like
can't
this.
Extend it. Is there what's in the bottom left? What does that say?
This is just your picker, like all like.
Would you have to just do it through piano roll in order to get it?
Bro, I don't know. Send a piano roll.
That's
Oof, look at the
one way to do it.
piano roll.
Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good.
Right?
I don't even care. That shit looks banging.
You got no animation with the keys moving though.
Nope.
Hey,
Nope.
nothing. Very.
I like that though. I fuck with that.
And then you got all your options here still.
Wow.
All the stuff is still here. 22 years ago, bro. How crazy. Things
So
that
are
you
your
would think.
commands working and all that?
Bro, I highly doubt it. Let's do Control A. That works.
All right.
Let's
Control
do
B. Control A, Control B. We'll
Control
double that
A,
up.
Control B. Nope.
Wow.
Does not work.
Heated.
How about if I hold the shift, click and drag? Yep. That works.
There you go.
How about if I do, I think
CV?
Alt S, no strum. We got none of that stuff.
How about Control Paste?
If we do copy and paste, yeah, it did. It pasted it, but not right on
but
top
right
of it.
on top.
So yeah, you would just have to like put the cursor here and then it would go.
Mm-hmm.
So if I did, let me just
Wow.
Control Z that. If I put the cursor here and then paste, nope. Still
Look at the
paste it right
piano
on top.
roll. What is that up in the top left corner? The colors? Is that?
Yeah, it's just the
like-
colors of your notes.
Mm,
They only give you 4 colors.
okay.
Oh,
Retro.
no type of animation, bro. Like I'm used to seeing that line that goes through
Yeah,
this whole
nothing,
thing. You only
nothing.
see the arrow, the toggle up on the top. No type of animation.
So what kind of like do they have the wrench? Do they have any of that stuff like,
Inside the samplers
No, on the piano roll.
and the piano roll.
In the piano roll, if you go up into the top left, if you got like the wrench or the strum, the settings, anything like that.
Nope. They don't have that.
What? Oh, it's also because it's.
Oh,
a
they
demo,
got
too.
chord
They got
stamps,
chords,
though.
That's
You could stamp in a
crazy.
chord back then.
They
wow.
gave you some. They gave you some on the demo back then.
Auto locate channel. Oh, it's gonna go to the thing in the channel rack. Auto smoothing. This is it, bro. This is all the options you got in here. And then you also don't even have that many options as far as
Pencil.
tools. You just got a pencil and a delete and a highlight. Select.
Wow, the brush. We take that brush for granted, y'all. For
No
real.
brush. No paintbrush.
No brush.
0.
No brush about it.
Look at how basic that is, bro.
Sheesh. We take that brush for granted because the pencil doesn't. You can't just like draw across, right? You need
pencil?
to one by one, right?
You can stretch it.
No, but I mean like with the brush, you can paint across. the
Nope, you
step
can't.
sequencer.
Nope, you'd have to put one in
Ugh.
1. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to paintbrush them all in like that.
So
Look
you
at this
have
though.
to use that step sequencer to get it fill in.
Look at this. They had a slide note, a slide and glide.
The originators, bro.
22
the
years
slide
ago.
and glide.
That just goes to show you how long it took other DAWs. I think like Ableton just put that in last year. 22 years ago, they had the slide note. So you could be sliding.
Till last year to get slide.
Yeah, they didn't have it for a long
Could
time.
never be FL Studio. Could never. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to ever hear anybody
God.
for Ableton be like, no, like it's no, bro. You took till the 2024, the year of our Lord, to get the slide.
Yeah. They do have no properties though.
Demo version of FL Studio 3 had it. I'm not gonna stop.
Bro, like look at the so how would you put a plugin? I can't remember how to do any of this. Where are the plugins at?
Water Gang.
Add external tools. Look at the oh my god, bro. Wow, they had switched smart disable for all effects so you could save CPU back then. Very, very minimal options and settings, bro. This is crazy. Add external tools. I don't even know what that means.
What the hell? That's probably like if you had a drum machine or something.
Maybe?
You could start mapping it.
Let's look at the audio settings. Oof. It still looks kind of similar, but nothing.
It's like the colors are flipped.
Yep.
I like the color flip. The color flip looks good.
You know how crazy it would be if you could add this as a theme to your FL Studio? Like, that's where they should go with the themes,
somebody
bro.
in the Reddit should do that for real.
That's where they should go with
Start
the
making
themes.
custom maps for real.
So you have like an FL Studio 11 theme and it switches everything back to look like this, you know, in a FL Studio 3 theme.
What's the metronome sound like?
A hi-hat or a tick.
Okay,
Right now it's just,
that's a hi-hat. Oh, that's the tick. Let's go.
yep, you get your tick.
What are those other buttons next to it? Is it like type to...
These are all pretty much still in there. This is type to keyboard. This is obviously metronome. This is a count in. We have all this stuff still. This is wait for input to start playing. This is blend recorded notes with existing data. This is the
What
step.
does that mean?
I don't know. I think
Recorded notes with existing data.
I don't know. I think this kind of switched to loop recording.
So you can play on top of it?
Yeah,
As
like-
but with the loop recording, I've noticed there might be a setting that I have on mine with the loop recording. It like overwrites it as opposed to like you being able to play on top of. So I don't know if that's what that is or.
Yeah.
And what's that orange? Is that the time sequence up top?
Which one? This?
No, up top and to the right with the right there.
Over
What is
here?
that? Yeah, is that your time?
This is like I
Like
don't.
4/4 versus like 6/8 or whatever.
No, I have no idea.
The heck?
CPU load. This is all CPU load stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then this is open project.
See, I wish they would make the time signature thing maybe like toggleable so you could have it on the home dock.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
You know what I mean? If that was important to you, you could maybe add it in.
Yep.
That's sick.
You have some save options, export, render, right here. I believe these are all
like
still in.
that.
I opened up FL 2024 just so you could kind of. Oh my God! Look at the difference. Bro.
Sheesh.
Look at the difference. This is
does look good,
2024.
though. It does look good.
I mean, come on, everything's bigger. You still have a lot of these same options. Obviously, we just have a lot of new ones. A lot
Is
more
there a
options.
render option up top there?
A render option?
Was that what you said was
Render as an audio file right here. Yep. Yep. A lot of these
nice.
things, like, they stuck around. They're the same. One big thing
I
that
never
that
used that render as an audio file. I never used that. So you could just track out some drums real quick. Like you could MIDI it in and then render it. That's
same
cool.
way to do it, like 5 different ways. I mean,
Exactly.
consolidate
Yeah, I just never
it.
used that.
Yeah, I've never used that either. So
That's
there must
smooth.
be an option. Oh yeah, you have kind of used it. It's Control R or
that's the
versus
one.
Alt R. It's the same. Yeah, you have kind of used it. That's just the actual
Low
button
key,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Go back to 3. One thing that took me a while to get used to is the fact that the X, minimize and maximize buttons are on the left, like every other normal Windows window.
Yeah.
But back then, up
Back
until
then, they were in
it
there.
used to be right here,
Yeah.
like a Mac,
so
right?
funny. Yeah.
Macs or Macs are on the left.
Macs are the leftmost. Yeah.
Yep. So that took me a while to get used to that using FL Studio, and in the newer version, I forget when they changed that. Probably 12. Probably 12.
Probably. That was like the reset. That
Yeah.
was the 2012 reset.
Yep. I don't know if we were.
That was the Aztecs, actually.
Yeah.
The Aztecs knew about the FL coming along. They were like,
12 looks very like it. It's hard to tell the difference between 12 and 24. What we have now, you have to really, like know your
you
stuff.
gotta be a historian.
Yep. But I mean, there's a lot. Like, I can't even remember how you pull a plugin in. Like, how do I open up a plugin? Drum synth, instruments, ePiano, you just click and drag
Drum
it.
synths, heated.
Oh, this is just a one shot. Let's see what we got.
Oh,
Effects
man.
presets.
Load up Nexus.
We got
in this
3X
joint.
oscillator. We got chorus, delay 2 they had back then. So yo, that kind of blows my mind because it took them a long time to go from delay 2 to delay 3. Because delay 3 is fairly new.
Yeah.
I would say 20-ish, like FL Studio 20.
Delay 2 was holding it down for
Bro.
a long time. A lot of heavy lifting.
Fast distortion. Ooh. Okay. Flanger. A lot of the stuff granulizer they had back then. Reverb. No reverb 2 though.
Sound Goodizer anywhere?
Sound
We have
Goodizer.
Sound Goodizer anywhere?
No, because I don't think they had Maximus yet. I don't think that came around until
Mastering
Maximus.
stuff.
Yeah,
Damn.
because remember how Sound Goodizer, the 4 presets A, B, C, D
it's
are
like pulling
Maximus.
from it.
Yeah, they made it
That's
with
crazy.
Maximus. Wasp. Oh, bro, Wasp.
Wasp. Shouts out to Wasp. Yo, Wasp.
I used to mess with this.
Yeah, Wasp was a good one. Don't sleep on Wasp. If you get the chance, pull Wasp
3X
up.
oscillator. If I just drag it in,
There it is.
like nothing, bro. Look at that.
Look at that shit.
So basic.
It's just banging.
Just anything. I'm just trying to see synths. I think the only way that you can pick them is from the left, unless I'm missing something. I can't remember that far back, bro. It's so crazy. I think
So if you
I
go
think
to
you would have to
the-
go to add a channel. That's how you would do it. You'd go to
Right.
add one in
I
here.
remember this.
This is how we. All right, this is how we
This
did
is
it.
how we do it. This is
Wasp.
how we did it.
Can you?
Damn.
You can do keyboard to. Yeah. All right. See how we get some crackling and popping over here? It's because this buffer length is like ridiculous. Horrible. But you have to. Back then, you had to be
So go
like
through
somewhat
the
of a sound
presets, right?
designer.
Are there presets and shit? Is there a menu preset or is it just you gotta click through like that? Wow. That is so good, bro. Yeah, Wasp was one of the first ones where I was starting to mess around with sound design because it made it so simple to mess with the waveform, like the envelope and all that.
Yep. I used to watch videos and look up tutorials and see forums on how to make a sound with this thing.
That's cool.
There. Pretty cool. Then, yeah, so that's how you would do it. You go to channels and
They're
add
on
one. You
that
could still do
techno.
that to this day. You go to channels. We don't have channels. We had patterns. Oh, they got rid of. Oh, add. You would go to add. So instead of it being channels, now it's add. Okay. All right. It's just crazy to see the difference. Huh? Add one. What else they got? Not much, bro.
Buzz.
Fruity Slicer.
Yeah, Fruity
All right.
Slicer was that first one.
They had
I learned
Slicer back then.
Some of my first beats were from Fruity Slicer, for real, yeah.
Fruity Vibrator.
Pause.
What?
Big pause. What the hell? That ain't in the update,
They got rid of that
yo.
quick,
They
bro.
they said, hey, yo.
We can't use this anymore. Like they figured out what a vibrator was, and they're like, nope, that's not what we're
It didn't
talking about.
translate. It didn't translate. They came from FL Studioville and was like, this don't work.
I don't even know what this
yo.
does, bro. I don't have enough time to like go and just figure it out, but I want to see what does Fruity Vibrator.
Watch out, yo. You might need to scrub this laptop after this. The SWAT team's about to come in here right now.
Fruity Vibrator adds vibrations to your songs using any force feedback device present on your PC.
No diddy.
The plugin loads and maps .FFE effect files across your keyboard. So I think it's an effects plugin. It's not like a
So you run signal through it and it does.
like what the
a
hell is that?
manipulation.
Somebody on Reddit.
Right. You said, hey, yo.
Fruity Vibrator. What the hell is that? So it's an effects plugin. I assume it's something along the lines of
Something
vibrato
crazy. Yeah.
type thing, you know? But that's wild, bro. I do not remember that.
Right.
I've
That's
never used
interesting
it.
that you would have that as a standalone plugin. That's got to be crazy. I want to make some beats using that. Pause.
Buzz generator.
Generator.
Buzz generator adapter.
Wow, look at that. See, that's crazy.
Oh, you could throw a DLL file in here.
This is hilarious.
This is crazy ancient stuff, bro.
This is ancient technology.
So you got the add one and then you got more. And this is your more options. I mean, yeah, you could essentially download VSTs back then, but there wasn't much to download back then. 22 years ago really was not much that you could get third party. There wasn't a lot.
Yeah, you'd get like maybe you'd go to like a Guitar Center and it would be a box program, like out of a box, and you'd like install.
Yeah, you have to get the CD. You'd have to get the CD.
with that artwork on the front.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro.
like, that's crazy. Wow, to think that that shit was not on the internet, it was just like a product you would have to buy.
Yep. So that's
gonna
how you
get
would
a-
load.
I'm gonna get a product.
You could load samples the
It's gonna
same
come
way.
with a keyboard.
Samples, audio samples, and one shots were
Wow.
drag and drop. Same thing. That's no different,
That's
really.
cool.
But now, like, let's get into the mixer a little bit.
For
It's not.
sure.
It's not
Pull
called
that
a
up.
mixer. They just called it effects. View effects.
Oh
This-
my lord! It looks like wow.
That's your mixer, bro.
Holy shit!
And we haven't even gotten to the playlist yet. Let me.
Yeah, play some stuff to see how this kind of like pops up. All right.
That's all you got. You
Oh
can't
my
expand on it. You can't maximize it. You can't full screen
Brother,
it. You can't do nothing.
they messed up. Whoa.
Well, bro, this is the first one that they've really ever done.
This is probably the first time
Yeah.
that they were like, "This is the mixer board.
Yeah.
Check it out." It's
mean-
like, "Ooh, this is bad."
Not bad for 22 years ago.
This is good for like a mixer on like on a drum machine or step sequencer. This is
Yep.
what this looks like to me. I bet you when they made the mixer board more expansive and good looking was when they were like, yeah, you can record using FL. Like before it was just like make some drums, make some techno, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like make some techno and this will be a good enough mixer for you
Yeah.
for sure.
So you'd go to, say, insert
Wow.
one. We got the hi-hat going. This is insert one. Our hi-hat's on insert one. If we wanted to put an effect
Wow.
on it, we'd have to click here, select an effect. You
That's
have
cool, man.
a handful of different effects. If you wanted to add a reverb, no EQ2, only EQ1 then.
No mastering, no like
No, there's not even you got a master channel. I mean, so you can
but I mean
master.
like a master plugin,
No.
like hike up the volume or anything like that. No EQing either. You said
They
or
didn't even have
EQ1?
fruity limiter. There's not even a fruity limiter then. Unless I go to more and it's in more. There's no fruity
There
limiter.
is a 7-band EQ.
7-band EQ, okay. But no,
Click that. I gotta see that.
I think I saw the soft clipper.
Shouts out to the soft clipper. Gets a lot of love.
Here it is. Look. It looks the same, bro. It's not
the
even
same
different. It's not
good
even
old-
different,
good
bro.
old soft clipper, bro. Don't even play about my boy here.
Like how much buzz has the soft clipper got in general in the last few years? And to know that it was there 22 years ago and it doesn't look any different.
your old friend soft clipper.
Wow, bro. That's crazy. What did you want to look at? The 7-band?
The EQ, yeah, the 7-band. I gotta see that. 'Cause
7-band.
If that looks. Oh my god.
Oh, you got 7 bands.
Look at that.
You got low. You got 250 hertz, 500 hertz,
Wow, yeah.
1500 hertz,
How the knobs
3K.
go? Are they like clicky or are they?
Nope,
Nope, just smooth.
smooth. And it's
Wow.
bro, you don't have much. You're just turning down those frequencies. You can't adjust the shelves. You can't adjust. Oh, you can adjust the way this thing looks though. That's
The
kind of cool.
layout. That's at least progressive for them.
But yo, if you
You can't do anything else in those.
Nope.
That's it.
that's it. It looks like, bro.
So what kind of? Oh wow, that's.
You're
crazy.
just turning down that frequency.
Yeah.
You can't go to another frequency. You're like, this is it.
Oh man, I'd have to hear like an ensemble through this to really understand how, because I have so many questions. I was like, how do you have less? You know what I mean? How do you select less? You don't. You don't level it out. You got
It's whatever
7
shelf they
bands.
give you in the back end.
Wow.
That's all you had. I mean, that's how EQs were kind of back in the day. Like you didn't have that much freedom over what you could do.
for real. Oh, you're bugging.
Yeah, all you had the option was to turn down the volume of that frequency.
Yeah. So what does it say in the? Can I see that again? This is the most fascinating thing to me.
Where the hell did it go?
And does it say like the sub frequencies, like what the spectrum is for each? Like does
No.
it say like nothing? It just
No,
says
that's all it
zero.
is. It's literally it tells you the hertz that you're
Yeah, that's
that you're
what I mean, the
affecting.
hertz. Yeah.
It says 63 hertz, 250, 500, 1500, 3K, 5K, and 8K. And you can turn
63
up
hertz.
and you could turn up the volume on that frequency or you can turn it down and then that's it. The EQ, I think the parametric EQ, you have more freedom.
Oh, for sure.
That's I think the difference between a parametric EQ and a non-parametric EQ. So if you open up a parametric EQ, and even though it was parametric 1, now you have a little bit more freedom. You can choose the shape of your EQ. You can choose a needle point. You can choose a low cut, a high cut, shelf. Like that's where I think, I think the word parametric, I think that's where that comes in, where you can really get fine-tuned with those different types of, I don't know what you call them, not envelopes, but you know what I mean?
Bells and stuff.
Bells, the shape of your EQ curves.
Wow.
Obviously, that led us into parametric EQ too, which I'm curious to now like see which version that came in on, because that's been around, bro. When I was using FL Studio 3, there's no way I touched any of these things. I could barely probably use any of. I could barely make a drum loop anyway. It's like
I would love to hear like what snares you were choosing.
oh, bro, I have that could be a cool funny episode because I haven't really lost much of my music in the past. My music might date back to I think I did lose a little bit. My beat session files might go all the way back to like 06 though.
Holy shit.
I might have beats from 06.
The trap crashes.
Oh bro. Probably before that.
Yeah.
Probably terrible.
The snares.
They had Fruity Send.
Because snares will always get you. Like the wrong snare will get you.
Oh bro. You could date a song with a snare. There's a lot that I didn't expect to see here, though. Fruity Mute. I've never seen that. Do we have Fruity Mute in new versions?
They probably got rid of that shit. They were like, get out of here.
Mute? Yes, they do.
Oh, my
Fruity
God.
Mute 2, though. What's this one? This is Fruity Mute 2. Where's Fruity Mute 1? I don't want Mute 2. I want a Mute 1. That's crazy that they already had, like, in FL Studio 3, or Fruity Loops 3, because they was still look at the top left.
Yeah.
That logo.
Ring.
It's crazy that just in FL Studio 3, they had already started making like newer versions of these plugins. Like they already had Delay 2. Look at, they already had Fruity Delay 2.
Looks so good.
It looks just the same as it did in any other plugin. They didn't
So
change
good.
it. They didn't change that at all. You had Ping Pong. What did Fruity Reverb 1 look like?
Oh, it's like,
I think we did this
like
at one point.
little-
That's it.
yeah.
It looks like the 7-band EQ. It don't look any different.
They're like, oh, here we go.
Sheesh. Oh,
Just
man.
do it.
I think it's time for a keyword.
Yeah, we got wrapped up in this. This
Yeah.
is so crazy.
There's a lot. And I haven't even got to the playlist yet.
Nope.
But yeah, so what do you think the keyword today for is Fruity Vibrator?
Vibrator.
Fruity Vibrator. Drop that in the comment section down below, and 5 people will win every single one of my FL Studio courses from YaHelpMe.com.
Fruity Vibrator.
Fruity Vibrator.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
The
That's
fruitiest episode we've done thus far.
Oh, look at the playlist, bro.
Whoa.
So you want to talk legacy blocks? This is all you had.
Locking it up.
You had no audio clips. You cannot drag an audio clip in there. That's what it'll look like. It will look like another block to you. Same functionality though. Click, right click to delete it, pencil in a bunch of them.
Oh, see, this is where you could swipe to like.
No, that just puts in.
across.
No, it's not. It is brushing, yeah. And I don't even know how you would extend it. You can't extend it because that's just how long it is.
Yeah.
So it would go by however long your pattern was in here,
Right.
which I still haven't figured out how to extend that to be like an 8-bar or a 4-bar loop thing, but
real.
who the hell knows? But this is it. You have pretty much, that's it. That's all you got. And I don't even know how to
That's it.
extend this thing, how to full screen it. You could just, look it. It doesn't detach though.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it. You could just full screen it like this. It stays like stuck to the top. So it's nothing. You have freedom with these windows, but with the playlist, you don't have that freedom. But yo, there was no audio clip dropping. There's none of that stuff. Very basic blocks,
Patterns.
legacy blocks. The only options that you have in here: cut, copy, paste, insert 1 bar or delete the current one, insert a pattern, clone it, delete it, move it up or down, then change your grid color or center your grid. That's it. That's all you had for options in the playlist.
Wow.
There's really not even
You know
much
what
going on
I
here.
really like about this is that like it's easy to be organized with.
It is easier.
How it's all locked in like that.
Yeah.
Like 12 is 12, 11, 10 is 10, whatever. Pattern 2 is pattern 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all because you can take the same sample or whatever and put it in like 5 different places if you
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing in the new version. But that you can't do it. You got to go right to pattern 5 or whatever and put it back onto the playlist. Wow. I like that.
These
That's
things
really
were actually
smooth.
locked into the patterns back then.
Yeah, wow.
I want that. That's now I'm curious as when that kind of freed up and it was like a free for all in there because I didn't even remember that it was locked in like this back in the day. So this is legit. Like if you click on pattern number 6, you could see that it goes to pattern number 6.
Right.
And you could only put in pattern number 6 there.
See, I really like that. I think that that's really helpful for, keeping sessions and stuff organized too.
This main
like
automation.
If you armed a recording track for, channels 8 through 13, then they can only be like, when you press record, it can only be sent to that sort of like that pattern.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, man. I'm sure there's a lot more in here that I'm not really getting into yet, but Pictured. What the hell's Pictured? Oh, that's probably just a preset in there. But yo, I mean, we're gonna have to wrap it up for this week, but yo, how crazy is that? That
That's
FL
just cool.
Studio
And what
3.
year did this come out?
This was hold on, let's see.
It says on the
It says it
forum,
on here.
right?
September 2000, 24 years ago.
That is nuts.
24th anniversary. I mean, we're in October now, but pretty much 24 years ago.
24 years today.
Wow.
God damn.
Oh no, that was 2. My bad. 3 came out in 2002.
All right.
My
all
bad.
right. That's
Still
better.
though,
That's
22
better.
years ago.
That's better.
Way newer. Way newer, huh?
2005. That's funny.
I want to try making beats in here. I know we didn't have much time to do that today,
Try
but
it
like,
out and make some quick little. I mean, who knows?
maybe next episode or like I don't know, maybe an episode down the line. If you want us to use a different version of FL Studio and like cook up with it, maybe dive into 11. Maybe by then we'll figure out how to get into 11 and open that up because I am curious to see that.
You got the E piano.
Yeah, they got E-piano. They got a bunch of stuff in here. That's no FL keys though. I noticed that. No FL
They
keys
messed
yet.
up. They
No
haven't
FL.
gotten that.
They didn't get that yet. A lot of one shots. A lot of very basic sound design plugins. In my eyes, super advanced for 22 years ago.
Yeah.
At that time, people might have, gotten made fun of for using it. Me included, definitely me got made fun of for using that because I wasn't using Reason or whatever the hell. But
Yeah. Reason.
super advanced even back then. And I'm really surprised at some of the functions that are in this that I totally forgot about. And some of the plugins that are in here that I never would have thought, like Soft Clipper
Yeah.
and Fruity Delay 2. Those have been around for a long time, bro.
It would be crazy to hear, like, I don't know how soft. I wonder how much Soft Clipper has changed in its effect.
Probably not much, bro. It's
Yeah,
probably
I
the
mean-
same.
Probably.
I think it's the same.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to hear for real. And like, I put Soft Clipper on my master and I just send it. I love that.
If we go to, all right, let's just do this real quick and then we'll wrap it. So I put it on channel number 3. That's a kick. So I put Fruity Soft Clipper on 3. Give it a nice little boost. Do a little before and after. No difference. All right.
There you go.
Brought some bottom end out there. Yeah. All right. It does what it does. I don't know. It might be stronger nowadays, but it looks the same.
More potent.
Yeah, maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just a sample, but it is what it is. It's just threshold and post. That's it.
If it ain't broke, don't
fix it. All right. With that being said, please, if you haven't, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and as always, share this with a friend if you get me.